All right, I'm not sure if everything's working properly, but I'm just gonna go. So yes, I believe my title is correct. I'm not 1% sure about these numbers because it. I was just about to go to sleep and get some rest, and then I saw this. Um, yeah. So it's hard to read. Again, this I'm gonna say a few things. The site is in beta and it's still being worked on. But from what they are saying here, it's so between owners. Owners mean people that sold. Because if you read the site, it's like this is what we think. This is the owners and stuff, and it's saying they're around 1%. Their numbers are accurate within 1%. Now another thing, this does say Steam Spy. It does not say um, if this is total or if this is just on Steam. But my guess is it's just on Steam because the way the site says is just pulling from Steam. All the places with Steam database. So it could be. You know what? I'm gonna look it up while I'm here. And about section. I do not know if this is accurate or not. Oh, owners means sold. People who bought it, people who played the game. Uh, Person, they say right here. Okay, March of error of 0.1%. Steam audience. Again, they say of Steam audience. So the way I read this, everything when I was reading this, everything I went through, they are saying that this is just the data they are pulling from Steam. Now, like they said, it's within a margin of error and stuff. This could be wrong, but this is it. Literally just popped up today. I wasn't even looking for it. I just like I'm gonna check it before I go to sleep, and then I saw this pop up. And when I was reading all of this, I'm like, okay, it's in middle language and everything. And I slowly scroll down, and like you can see, it's the site's still not perfect. So, because it's kind of this happened here. So it's not pulling. It's not much space over here. It's basically all of this is being taken out by this little, and it's not properly doing stuff here. Because all of this, if you look here, if you read here, it's like a lot of this stuff is same thing being stated over here. So, so this may be stuff that are in the strict access, but I don't know. Right. So the way they are looking at it is say between 2 million and 5 million owners. I mean, people who bought the game. I do not know. Again, I do not know this is total, but as I shown, the site, the site made it clear that they're just pulling from Steam database. So just in Steam database alone. Oh, this is about to die. The game look like it's sold between 2 to 5 million on Steam. Again, it's not 100% accurate. It can have some mistakes. This could just be the first set of numbers they got. This could be a week out of date. Don't know yet. But this is why I also say I know this is out there. This like it's 2 or 3 weeks out there. But everything else are showing between 60 and 70, six and 700,000 sales. It went up slightly from here. Yeah, went up slightly from here. And for yeah, this is probably the most up to date information. But again, okay, that's interesting. Just update on what it up from, buddy. I don't know what's update, but just update. So one place is now saying it sold over 2 million copies on Steam. And like I keep telling people, this could be now. This is another thing I have to say. This could be a week out of date. This could be 1% up to date, as in this minute. So, but any any reason, I am going to say this: if this is a week out of date, that means this it sold 2 million copies in 2 weeks. If this is up to date, sold 2 million copies in 3 weeks. Either way, it sold 2 million copies in 2 to 3 weeks. So again, this is also I'm going based on all of these numbers. This number I 1% know for sure is not up to date. This is probably 2 weeks out of date because they barely it went for 2 weeks without much of any update. These numbers has been updated, but again, they could be a week out of date. Don't know yet. And this number could be out of date as well. This number could be up to date. Any of these numbers could be what is up to date except for this one. So these three could be any up to date of Steam. And like I said, when I checked multiple games over the past month, it was a solid between 10 to 25% of games were roughly the total amount of games sold. So if this number is correct, which I'm not 100% sure that is, I have to do some more research. I just spotted this like maybe 30 minutes. Well, say 45 minutes. Well, going on an hour now. But I'm gonna say around 45 minutes ago, and I just checked and it just popped up, and I just saw this, and I'm like, whoa. So if this game sold 2 million copies, which again, I'm not 100% sure. If this game sold 2 million copies on Steam alone, times that by four, I mean the game sold 8 million copies total. Yeah. Again, Steam is roughly 10 to 25% of total sales. Every game I check, if it's you know multi-platform and stuff, it always end up roughly 10 to 25% of total sales on Steam. So I don't know. When I was going down these numbers, I was like, okay, it could sell a total of I was saying so roughly 2 to 3 million based on these numbers. And then this popped up. And I'm like, this could be wrong. This could be their first estimate. But it could also be the total estimate. Or it could be the correct estimate. You don't know which one is of these three. This one I know for sure are way outdated because it wasn't updated for 2 weeks. And now I started updating recently. So I'm just going and reporting what I seen. And if you can look here, player counts hold fairly steady over the past week. Like it's slowly going down, but again, week to week, this is how games are. Plus, uh, what, I I want to report on this as well. patch notes, yes, they just did another patch for Dragons of Veilguard, and I was surprised to see this as well. Try to see if I can pull the most up to date. They add a photo mode. It's been 3 weeks and they already added a photo mode. I'm like, okay, we have to release another patch. Arrow keys. Oh, interesting. Photo modes. This is interesting. And new icons, what? They are doing some, basically like I say, quality of life patches and change. They fix some of the problems called bugs and everything. So they are really taking up on the game. Look, like this is a lot of bugs fixed. Like they just did one. When did it launch? Patch one. When did patch two come out? Does it have a release date? Patch two. Didn't patch two like come out less than a week ago? At 52. See, patch two, patch one. When did this come out? Don't see a date. Okay, no. Okay, patch one came out on the 7th, so that was the first week. So patch two came out a week ago. Okay, here it is. Yeah, yeah. So they're actually patching in the game every week, which is something you want games to do. This is good. There's a lot of bug stuff. So every week you get a patch. This is something you want a game to do. So this is good. I'm hoping I'll be able to play it soon. But let's before I go, I always do this. Nope. Oh, I have to do this because obviously haters are gonna hate. So let's see what's the recent news. Yep. Of course, you're gonna see haters hating. Again, it's always the same. But it's really funny because okay, as I shown here, 2 million up to 2 million on Steam, roughly 600K to 2 million just on Steam alone. And you gotta admit, the game sold 2 million on Steam, and Steam is roughly 10% of total sales. I mean, so it could so already so what 8 million copies in 3 weeks. That's really high. And Inquisition sold 12 million, but that was over years. If it sold 8 million 10 in 3 weeks in Inquisition, so 12 million over, that's over a year or so. I mean, this is selling better than Inquisition. That's really good. But again, this is just based on the numbers and stuff I have so far. But if they come out and say, hey, and like next week, if they come out and say, hey, we sold 2.1 million copies, or if they say they sold 5 million copies next week, or they could even come out and say next week they sold 10 million copies. I'm like, wow. So the haters were easily proven wrong. But again, I'm just going based on what we have here. This is the information that people have gathered, estimated owners and everything. And this number could go up, this number could go down. Don't know yet. These numbers has been, especially this one, but these number has been going up and down frequently. But it often it'll go like most of the time it'll go up, then just drop, then go right back up, then drop, go up and like here. See, it had a huge bump up here, then just post static, but slightly climb. And what these patch know and everything, don't know if this is gonna bring more people into the game. I don't rely on patches or DLC to try to bring more players in the game, but you never know. But again, they're constantly updating and fixing bugs. Anyway, this is a good thing. But again, like I said, this is the numbers that's showing up in here. Don't know. I know this one is outdated, but I don't know which one of these are exact. But again, this just popped up today and showing 2.8, 2.08 million copies sold on Steam. As I said, take Steam number and time it by 4. Anyway, I'm going to try to fix this later.